What's up, spies? Welcome back to the #1 spy-based YouTube channel that is by spies, for spies. I know a lot of you probably didn't realize that I was a spy, which I think just goes to show how good of a spy I truly am. And don't get me wrong, I love my job. I mean, it's allowed me to do things that I never otherwise could have. Like acting in Spy Kids, or acting in Spy Kids 2, The Island of Lost Dreams, or acting in Spy Kids 3D, Game Over. And I know what you're thinking, yes, that was me in the original Spy Kids movies. I had a little bit of longer hair back then, but I'm sure you can see. But something most people don't realize is how lonely it is being a spy. It's hard to make friends when you can't tell them about your cool-ass job. I mean, I'd have a ton of friends if people knew I was a spy, but can't do that. And it's even harder to make love, or to date. I don't like how I said that. It's even harder to date. What's your name? Can't tell you. What do you do for work? That was a stupid question. Can't tell you. Have you been in any children's spy-based comedy movies? Have you met Danny Trejo and George Lopez? Yup, finding love as a spy is notoriously difficult. That is, until today. Because today, I will be taking and reviewing a spy's guide to dating. I thought it was a guide to dating for spies. I didn't realize it was a guide to dating written by a spy. I mean, what does he know about dating? He's a spy. Before we start, we must do what any good spy would and investigate. Rule number 1 of being a spy, tell no one that you're a spy. Rule number 2 of being a spy, don't take anyone's word that they're a spy. And rule 3 of being a spy is especially don't listen to them if they're teaching you a dating course. Look, I think this course might have a little bit of credibility to it because it's been taken by over 2,000 people, which for a paid course that's actually kind of ridiculous. Yup, just a lot of spies looking for love. Very good material, even for an existing marriage. If you're married, why are you taking spy dating courses? I have been happily married for many years, so had and still have no intention of starting to date. Alright, well, there goes your credibility, what the fuck? However, having all of PJ's other courses, I was intrigued as to what this course entailed. This is so much more than a dating course and is not, in my humble opinion, intended to turn a person into a player, a hookup artist, or a master seducer. Fuck. Alright, pretty high praise from the married men, but let's look into PJ a little bit. PJ Agnes is the founder of Archangel Protective Intelligence. He's the author of several best-selling books, including Archangel Intelligence series, the Self-Defense Secret of Spies series, and the Academy of Espionage series. PJ is a longtime security professional, open source intelligence analyst, self-defense instructor, and practitioner of both traditional martial arts and MMA. Okay? I did look up his company, and I will not show it because it's a self-defense school that I think is at his house. I looked on Street View, that it's like a residential neighborhood, so just feels like a lot of information to disclose if you were a spy. And if you're not a spy, then how are you writing a spy's dating course? I mean, like, spy to spy? This guy might suck at being a spy, which is exactly what he'd want you to think if he was a really good spy. Holy I think he was being a little liberal with the term best-selling author. I mean, he has written an impressive amount of like 100-page books. I think he's written like 10 of them. And I have to point out, he wrote these before AI was a thing. So like he actually wrote these. I read this book from start to finish in one sitting. Couldn't put it down, and now I'm on the hunt for another book by this author. So I got good news for you. Engaging, insightful, dark sense of humor, candid. All of the previous words describe Mr. Agnes's writing style. Yeah, that's how a review works. I recommend this book to everyone, ages 16 and older, male and female. This is critical advice for everyone. If you've read this book, what are your thoughts? Alright, after conducting my thorough investigation, I can't tell you much about his books, mostly because I can't read. But I can tell you something weird is happening on his Instagram. There is this fight with Santa Clauses that he is seemingly obsessed with. It's pinned in his stories. And if we scroll down, you can see it right here. And then you scroll down a little bit more and, oh, okay. You know, he's posted the fight 3 times. Nope, there's another 3. So 6 times. He's posted the same fight 6 times. Well, that's it again. So 7 times. Is this the? That's not the fight. Oh, nope, that's the fight. So 8 times. Yeah, 8 times. 9, 10, 11 times. 12, 13, 14. Okay. Uh, He also teaches you how to kiss a boy. Grab his waist. Pull him closer into your body. Look into his eyes. Not possible. I'm a spy. You can't see my eyes. Look at his lips while biting yours. Look back at his eyes again. Reach your right hand into his right collar. 4 fingers inside. With your left hand, do the same on the other side. Turn your wrists inward. Keep them straight. Pull your arms straight back until he taps or passes out. Oh. Okay. I probably should have read the whole post before I started making my bit. All right, I think that's enough investigating. I already paid for the course, so I think we're just going to take it anyways. And headquarters has already said they won't reimburse me unless I watch it in its entirety.
Welcome to A Spy's Guide to Dating. My name is PJ Agnes. You can expect to learn actual espionage techniques and their direct application to dating. You will learn mindset techniques. You will learn personal security techniques. You'll learn techniques to help you interpret body language and techniques designed to help you send the right signals with your own nonverbal communication. You are also going to use the conversational techniques that spies use to gather accurate and important intelligence. However, I'm not here to help you deceive anyone. So this isn't a course on how to convince someone to hook up with you. So don't expect deception techniques from this course.
He has used the same piece of stock footage for all 4 minutes so far. The footage was actually so repetitive and such little was going on that everything that you've seen thus far and for the rest of the video was done by me. He's also a little hard to understand because some of his sentences start with the wrong word. So I added captions to the whole sequence. I know that's a little nitpicky of me, but that's just something, you pick up on the little details as a spy, so.
Many of the techniques can be experimented with friends and coworkers as well. And you taking this course from me means that we have embarked on something.
That's my cat. She's also a spy. First up, mindset shift.
Before we even go on a date, we have some work to do, and the first thing we need to work on is your mindset. From this moment forward, you will think like a spy.
Easy. I already think like a spy.
Your first mindset shift will be to shift your objective in dating. The average person goes on a date worried about the other person being attracted to them. From now on, instead of those weak, powerless thoughts, you will be thinking like a spy. Every date, every interaction will be an intelligence-gathering mission.
An intelligence-gathering mission? Wow, thanks for meeting me here. This restaurant's so beautiful. What did you say your social security number was again? Oh, you just came back from vacation with your mom? What did you say her maiden name was again? Oh, the check. Oh, no, you shouldn't have.
Just like you, your date is the main character of their own life. They are the star of their own movie. A good intelligence gatherer is first and foremost a good listener. I want to give you 2 particular responses that are almost guaranteed to generate a positive outcome. The first is a response that points out a similarity or connection. The human brain is wired for tribalism. We feel safest when we are among our own tribe or people that we have things in common with.
Let's see if I got this. Tribalism, things we have in common. Whoa, that's so cool. We have the same mom.
Let's pretend that I am on a date with a pediatric nurse, someone who is a nurse that works with children. I used to work in a public elementary school and had student taught in a kindergarten class. I deeply care about children, and I would want to emphasize how much I love kids and expand on that commonality that we have.
I know he means well. I don't know if it's necessarily the right look or a good look to say how much you love kids in maybe the most monotone voice of all time.
The second response that is usually received pretty well is a genuine compliment. So if we go back to the example of me dating a pediatric nurse, I could compliment her on her job. I might tell her how much I admire her job and how important that work is, and how I genuinely could not do it.
Whoa, you're a pediatric nurse? That's pretty sick. I love kids, and I legally cannot do that job. It's not wrong, but it sounds weird. So we gotta shift our mindset. Let's talk about spy, more talk about kids.
To convince someone to act as your agent to commit espionage for you is a tough sell. One of the best ways I've ever heard it talked about is like approaching a cat. If you try to pursue the cat too quickly, it will probably run away. If you grab the cat and try to pick it up, it's probably going to scratch you. However, if you take your time with it, let it get comfortable with you, you can probably pet it with no problem.
You taking notes? That's how I tricked you.
We will touch on this again later, but if you think that you are lacking in attractive physical appearance, and I certainly am.
No, PJ, don't talk about yourself like that. You're technically the most attractive spy best-selling author that I know. You're also the only one, so shit, technically that also makes him the ugliest. At this point, PJ started to say some things that were getting me a little concerned. Not because they were misogynistic or sexist, but because he started giving good advice. Nothing about being a spy, nothing about dating as a spy, just genuinely good dating advice. What did he know about good dating advice? He was a spy. Where did this come from? Was he even a spy? None of this was making any sense, and I was starting to get pretty worried.
Security can be really important when dating. And I know there's a lot of women out there who understand the importance of this, but there's a lot of guys out there who think they can handle themselves. Be careful about the information you give someone before you really know them. For instance, you might not want to tell a person where you live or work right away.
Oh, shit. I literally started the video telling you guys I was a spy. Ah, jeez.
If you don't like how the date's going or you don't get a good feeling about the other person, you always want to give yourself an escape route. So, for instance, don't let anyone pick you up on the first date and depend on them for a ride.
Whenever I've been on a date that went bad, I always tried to yes and it to make it worse. One up your date, make it a little more intense. Oh, you want to keep the night alive by going and meeting up with some of your friends at the bar? I've got a better idea. What if we go meet your parents? Things are going well, you want to go back to your place? My car is already packed full. I'm ready to move in. You didn't feel like the chemistry was there and you don't want to see each other anymore? Yeah, no worries. I don't even want a chance running into you again. Shouldn't have dated a spy.
In this section, I want to talk about the approach, and in this context, it means approaching a potential date.
I don't know if I actually have to watch this section because I'm pretty good at approaching people. Kind of one of my big skills as a spy. Holy shit.
You'll notice when out at bars and clubs, guys kind of naturally do this when they try to buy women drinks. There are a lot of times that this does not work. Women will just take the drink and have no interest in the man whatsoever.
Classic rookie mistake, buying women drinks. I always make my approach, hey, how you doing? What are you drinking? Oh, you're drinking Long Island iced tea? Hey, bartender, let me get 2. Bartender comes, hands me 2 drinks. Here you are, sir, your 2 Long Island iced teas. By the way, you look super cool with those glasses. I take them? Yeah, I know. And now I have 2 drinks for myself, so I can spend 50% less time waiting in line. Now I can use that time I just unlocked to break out of the Matrix. And that girl who I was talking to, I didn't say anything more to, because I was nervous.
But just giving a compliment can be a good approach. Hey, I like your dress. My name's PJ. Or a compliment and then a question can work wonderfully because it also can drive a conversation. Your hair looks really cool like that. How long did it take you to do it that way?
Yo, your hair is super cool. How'd you get it like that? You were diagnosed with what?
Act confident. Practice acting confident. Stand as tall as you can. Make as big a gestures as you can. Try to physically make yourself take up more space. Lean back a little bit like you're completely relaxed.
I have to practice. Hello, ma'am. You have broad shoulders. You could be a linebacker.
So I don't know if you are a man or a woman, but let's just use the example of you being a man and wanting to approach a woman.
I think you got a pretty good idea who's watching this. And then, out of nowhere, PJ started giving more genuinely good advice. Who was this guy? This was supposed to be the same person who posted that Santa fight video 25 times. Was there a chance I had done my investigation all wrong? Maybe PJ wasn't even a spy after all. Or maybe he was one of those cool spies that got placed undercover as the Bachelor. Or worse, the Bachelorette. But as all of this was happening, I made the worst mistake you can make as a spy. I let my guard down.
And it makes their time seem far less valuable. So make sure that you are not too available, that you seem too overenthusiastic, that you seem too desperate. Do not be too available for dates. Talk about spies, there's one name that comes to most people's minds.
James Bond.
Now we're getting into the good stuff.
No, James Bond is always putting himself in dangerous situations, but he's always charming and gets the girl.
I made you all wet.
Yes, but my martini's still dry. My name's James.
Hello, James. I'm Fatima Blush.
You ski very well.
I do many things very well.
I'm sure you do.
God damn! I'm just gonna say it, lady. If you don't fuck him, I will. Out of respect, of course.
For instance, if your date tells you she's really close to her parents, whose names are Tom and Sarah, you might want to write that down. If you have a second date, your date might really appreciate that you remembered her parents' names. For reasons like that, writing things down in, say, a journal can be very advantageous for you.
Oh, what? You just got in a car accident? That's horrible. Do not let her drive your car. What? Oh, no, I took this spy dating course and it just told me to write things down.
Remember, all of this is a learning experience. Your main objective is to gather intelligence. Dating is an intelligence gathering mission. And that is a spy's guide to dating.
Okay, ending felt a little abrupt, but guess 5 stars. Lots of solid dating advice. Would have preferred more spy advice. Look, guys, I gotta come clean to you. I'm not a spy. No, I thought if I just put on the glasses and bought a gun that you guys would believe that I was a cool spy. And I thought once I took this course, then women would just find me irresistible with my James Bond-like charm. It pains me to say this, but I think we got got. I thought this course would be really bad. The AI art thumbnail, literally everything about the instructor, the 10 spy-related books he's written, the 12 spy-related courses he's done, the self-defense school that's just his house, and of course, the 25 Santa videos. All of these things I thought for sure would come together and mean that this course was awful. I thought it would be super dumb. Something like how you can pretend to be a spy to pick up women. And instead, PJ decided to drop an hour worth of, I'm gonna be honest, good advice. Obviously, I didn't show you the whole hour of stuff, I just showed you some snippets, but it was a genuinely good course. I thought for sure that this course would be stupid and dumb and full of a bunch of dorky ways to try and pretend that you're James Bond to impress women. And instead, it said a bunch of nonsense like, don't try to make people like you when you're dating, see if you like them. Which, that's a stupid idea. No, I'm just kidding, that's pretty good advice. But spies, that's all for this one. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe. I'm sorry, I'll shut the fuck up. But that's all for this one. I definitely got scammed, and that sucks. But you know who didn't get scammed? The people whose names you're seeing on screen now, those are my patrons. They never get scammed because they get access to moments that didn't make the final cut of videos, and a bonus bad movie video every month as a part of the Bad Movie Club. So if you want to see that or your name on screen, you can check that out at patreon.com/Jamie Regan, and I'll catch you in the next one. Or will I? Please come back.